Although numerous gender barriers have been broken down over the years, at least one remains. Women have less money saved for retirement than do men. Survey shows that 25% of Canadian women have contributed fewer dollars towards retirement than their spouses. The same survey highlighted that women worry more than men about their future financial needs and don't feel as prepared for retirement as do men. Indeed, research shows that 22% of women have a formal retirement plan. That's low, compared to 32% of men. Welcome to Uncovering My Voice, the Christian Woman Talk Show, where we listen to your story. So listen to this. While 43% of women aged 55 and older indicate they had no formal plan at all for retirement, there are a few systematic reasons why we think that women lag behind men in building their retirement nest egg. First, did you know that women on average live 4 years longer than men? Yes. As a result, they need to make money last longer. Women often underestimate their life expectancy and may also miscalculate their retirement income. And as a result, they are susceptible or more susceptible to running out of money sooner. 2, women earn less money than men. Yes, this is as a result of the persistent gender gap. Women make on average 87 cents of the dollar that the man makes. This low income limits the woman in all they have to do and limits how much they have to put aside for their long-term retirement fund. 3, women are always involved in giving more care. As a result, their money is stretched farther and wider than the money of the man. So, consequently, they have a shorter window of opportunity to make enough money to sustain themselves on a long-term basis. And finally, singledom. Whether through divorce, widowhood, or by choice, the number of single senior women is growing. Among Canadians aged 85 and older, there are nearly 2 women for each man. As a result, a woman usually has to find sufficient income to sustain her throughout her years when she is doing this alone. Christian woman fit in all of this? Does a Christian woman need to plan for retirement? This is what we're going to be talking about today. And as usual, I have 3 beautiful women who are going to be sharing with us their journey through retirement. Before I introduce them, I would like to ask you, please subscribe to my channel, like this conversation, share it with a friend, and of course, let us hear your story. Ladies, welcome to Uncovering My Voice.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming today. I am very interested in hearing what you have to say about how you are living your golden years. I don't know if I really should say golden years because y'all don't look golden. Y'all look very young and fresh. I don't know. Maybe you're doing something that we want to hear about. So I'm just going to introduce you. So we have Ivis. We have And I'm very facetious right now saying these ladies by their first name. We have Ivis, we have Estriana, and we have Wendy. Ladies, please, tell us something about yourselves.
You'd like me to start?
Yes.
Okay, so as you say, my name is Ivis. I am married. I have 2 daughters who are both teachers in the U.S. I have 4 grandchildren.
Ooh.
And currently, well, before that, I should say I worked for about 30 years for a major chartered accountant firm.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm retired and
Yay.
enjoying it.
Well, I could tell. Estriana.
Yeah, my name is Estriana Kelly, and I retired a while back now, and I enjoy my retirement.
Oh, I love it.
I love to travel,
Oh.
and I enjoy that. I'm married for 43 years, and my husband passed 8 years ago now. But I'm enjoying my retirement, and I was happy that I retired when I retired.
Whoa.
So when he was sick, I was able to be there for him at all times.
Interesting.
Yes.
I like
I
it.
have an only son,
Okay.
but he died.
Oh.
Yeah, he died.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So no grandchildren and no daughter-in-law.
Ah,
But I have friends. Lots
love
of
it.
good friends.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love
I
it.
have a stepdaughter in England,
Yes.
and she's a golden girl.
Oh, she's a golden girl too?
Yeah, no.
Not in the sense of retirement.
No.
Oh,
But to me,
your golden uncle,
yes.
yes.
Oh, she's wonderful.
I love it. I
Yes.
love it. Wendy.
Wendy Hutchinson, mother of 2 handsome men.
Okay.
I'm
And it's not a joke. I know them.
very proud of them.
Yes.
I am a retired educator. Retired now 11 months. So I'm fresh at the game. Fresh
Fresh in the
game.
game.
Excited to be here.
Yes.
To have this conversation.
I love
Looking
it.
forward to your questions
Yes.
as we move forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, so let's just jump in. So let's talk about who Ivis, Estriana, and Wendy. When you were in your prime and you were a professional, what did you do? How did you navigate that aspect of your life?
Okay, so as I said, I worked for a large chartered accountant firm
Right.
in downtown Toronto.
Right.
And I worked as the manager of a department
Oh.
of 25 people. And,
That's a big department.
Yeah, it was
That's
quite
a lot
big.
of people.
They were in 3 different locations.
Okay.
And so as the manager, I would move to different locations and so on. And I was there for 30 years. I worked
Jeez
at that
Louise.
company.
You managed 25 people for 30 years.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I
Yes.
did, of course, hiring and firing and,
So you have some friends and some enemies.
and reviews and salary, the whole
Yes.
works.
Yeah.
So I did that for all that time. And for me, I had a retirement plan with the company going, but when I retired, it really wasn't when I was ready to retire.
Oh.
It was a situation where the company was
under.
restructuring,
Ah.
and they were sending work overseas and so on. So with the restructuring, actually it was 10 years ago this year. So it's now 10 years since I've been retired.
Okay.
And with the restructuring, I was told, well, we're gonna narrow down the department and so on, and we won't be needing a manager and all of that. So
I don't
of
know.
course it was a surprise,
Of course.
but it really didn't hit me that hard to say, well, I was stressed out about it. I kind of saw it coming.
Yes.
So I wasn't overly
So mentally
surprised.
you
mentally,
were-
yeah, I kind of see the direction
No,
of
okay.
where the company was going. So I had what was it? I was saying to you. So when I left, they gave me a package.
Oh.
So I got a package.
Was it a
where they
good one?
paid me. Yeah, I went
Okay.
to a lawyer and had it checked out,
Sorted
and he told
out,
me it was
yes.
good. So they actually paid me for 2 years.
Oh, I would retire then.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
why
would take
said
that.
it was- Yeah, they paid me
I
for
want
2
your
years.
manager.
Because I've been there so long as well.
Yes.
And usually they pay you so many weeks for each year, but they went over and above. So I they paid me for 2 years, and so I thought, well, that's okay with me. So I
Yeah.
went home
You
and
took
I had
your-
my
you took yourself
box, you have my stuff.
Yeah,
and
you got
things
your
like
box and
that.
you walked out.
And, yeah.
With 2 years'
And
money.
then, yeah.
Whoa.
So I came home, and the funny part, I came home. I told my husband, I says, "Well, I'm no longer working."
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're no longer working?
Yeah.
I said, "I don't have a job." And he said,
Yeah.
and he thought, "And you're taking it so easy?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be
So
paid
how
for 2
old were
years.
you, Ivis?
I was,
that time?
no, that's fine. I was 59.
59. So close enough.
Yes,
Close enough
it
to
was
when.
close
Well,
enough,
what was
but
your
it was-
retirement projection in terms of age?
Well, I thought I would work to 65 if I'm healthy. I didn't have any issues.
Okay.
So I thought I'd work
Close
to
enough.
65. So it made me have to restructure some of the things, or
Yeah.
rethink some of the things I was going to do.
Right.
But overall, it was fine.
Okay. So, Estriana, how about you?
Okay. I work as a nurse,
Oh,
yes, and I enjoyed it.
yeah. What
Look-
kind of nurse? Do you have a special kind of nurse?
Yes, PSW.
PSW. Okay.
Yes, yes. And I enjoy looking after sick people,
Okay. Oh, okay.
very sick people.
Okay.
I really like to give them the care that they need.
Yes.
Okay, and I work at the last place that I worked there for 26 years.
Well, that's a long time.
Yeah, and then I retired.
Okay.
I was glad to retire. When I retired the first month, I did not do nothing. I just enjoy my retirement.
Put up your
and,
foot.
and every day I said, thank
Thank
the
you,
Lord
Jesus."
for
Yes.
retirement.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord, for retirement.
yes.
And then my husband said, you're not going to stop saying that? I said, oh, no, because then you have to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to get ready, start work at 7.
Of course.
So, of course, when you retire, you're happy.
You're happy.
So we didn't really have a retirement plan, but we lived life as how we could and enjoy it, and we spend lots of time together.
That's good.
Yeah, lots of
Now
time
you are
together.
happy you did
Yeah,
that.
yes. In the morning we'll wake up and go for walks, and then we get back and we have breakfast. And if we have an appointment, we go. And sometimes when we get back, we have maybe lunch or so.
Yes.
And then we go and lie down. Yeah.
Middle of the day.
Yes, yeah, go and have a rest.
You go and lie down. Don't bother tell us about no rest. You, middle of the day, you and your husband lying down for rest.
Yes, rest. And we have such a good
Yes.
thing together
Yes.
that at 4 o'clock sometime you would say it's dinner time, and I'm still lying down, I'm not getting up.
Just get lazy.
And then he got up, and then he went down.
And he would get the meal.
Yes, and then a while after I said, gee, your dinner is ready.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe the next day or so I do the same thing.
Okay.
Yes.
You had a really relaxed environment.
Yes,
going
it
on
was,
there.
it was, it
Yes,
was.
good, good.
So I was happy for my retirement.
Okay. What age did you retire?
65.
65.
I work
Oh, you
until
worked up to the
65.
bone.
Yes, yes, yes. And I told some co-workers of mine, I said, not even 1 hour over extra I'm going to stay.
I'm
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, yeah.
Wendy, how about you?
how am I? I'm been in education for, and I want to say, and it's scary to say this, 40 years.
40 years.
Working with kids. I started off as what was it called? A camp director for the Toronto board. And that was when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. They trusted me to do things like that. And then went away.
Early. I know.
And the aim was to become a lawyer.
Okay.
But I was told lawyers lie, so how can Christians become lawyers? So after going to Oakwood for 4 years, I decided, education looks good. I did a minor in early childhood as well. Wow. And when I came back to Toronto, again, they put me in a group to be a director for a early learning center.
Okay.
I lasted,
at that young age?
At that young age, I was about 22, 23. I lasted maybe a month because I thought I've got to be in an environment where people are responding back, not where I'm always calm down, And I love the kids. Don't get me wrong, but that young was a challenge. So I lasted a few months there, and I also went on to York, Woodford Grove, that area there where they opened up a daycare, and I was on the board of directors for that, and so we got that daycare started. And I realized, wow, you're really into kids more and more. I did do a bachelor's of education. So I decided to supply teach in the Adventist system. And really, really loved it. Love the fact that when you go to work, you are talking about God, you're being about God, and you didn't have to make any excuses. So it was perfect for me.
Which is something I miss because I'm an educator too in the public school, and I don't get that.
And that was my thing. And then when I had children, I had my two sons, and I said, but, because they kept calling for me to go to public school, and I said, well, I can't do both. I want to put them in private school, and I want to stay in public school. It's not going to work. I need for them to see an example, especially as a single mom at the time. And so I stayed in Christian education, and I stayed for 36 and a half years.
So we have
30 years.
An accountant.
Well, just to correct it, I wasn't an accountant, but I worked for an accounting firm.
So what were you?
I was the manager of what they call word processing department, where they actually typed the financial statements and large documents.
So you were the leading. You were leading. You were in leadership.
Yeah.
All right. So we have the manager, we have the nurse, we have the teacher. We have quite a stretch here, quite a variety. We have lots of years between these two people, these three people, and their work life. You were saying you were finished?
Where was I?
Yeah, so you were talking about your entity. You went into the Adventist school.
Yes. Stayed there for a while. Was teaching for 20 years and then ended up in administration. So as a principal for the last 16 years.
Principal for 16 years.
Yes. And then it got...
I'm lifting my hat.
it got to the point where I said to my students, I'm tired.
Yes.
And they're like, but miss, you don't have to leave. I said, yeah, but tired people retire. And so it wasn't a planned event. It was, and I'm not a planner. If I'm getting married, the date is such a date, I will plan for that. Having the kids, I work towards having the kids. But to say, I want 5 children and I want this, and that's not me. No. So when it was time to retire, I was tired and just...
We have a lot in common.
Yeah.
I don't like to plan way ahead.
No, that's just not me.
But I do plan. But so I guess this brings me to the question, and I know Sister Kelly, Estriana, said that she didn't really have a retirement plan, but you had to have thought about something to do with your retirement years, like how you would navigate it financially, how you would navigate it after you were retired, what you would want to do, what's on your bucket list, stuff like that. So tell us, what was in your forecast for retirement?
Well, for me, I had a retirement. I had bought into the company retirement from I started.
Okay.
Which is a good thing.
Good
Turned
one?
out to be a good thing.
Okay.
So I was paying into it, and then there was the matching and so on. So I had a pension plan going. So when I retired, it was, as I said, it was more of a forced retirement. And I had the 2 years of doing just
Doing
what
absolutely
I was
nothing.
doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything.
No.
I got up late. I got up whenever.
Yeah.
It was just
I could
like,
just see you now.
this is so great. I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock to catch the bus and all that. So it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed
Yeah,
the
but
2
did you
years
think
of being
about
home.
like if you were to retire? I know you were retired early and unexpectedly, but even before that, did you have plans as to where you wanted to live, how you would live with your husband? No idea what you wanted to do, and what were your, things that, okay, when I retire, I want to go to the moon and come back.
No, I'm as you say, kind of not that type of person who's gonna plan a whole. I'm a spur of the moment person.
Okay, so
You say somebody calls me and say you want to do this, and I'm
Yes.
gone. Like I don't have to plan to it.
Yeah.
But for the retirement, because of what happened, I had to restructure, what I do at home and so on,
Yes.
and your life.
Yes.
Bucket list, I do like traveling.
Okay.
And I've been a few places and so on. But to say I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna work after retirement, I didn't have a plan.
Okay.
I just went with the flow.
You just took it with the flow.
Yeah, I went with the flow. So I actually finished when I got to the end of the 2 years. Then I started to get bored. So I decided to, I said, oh, maybe I should work from home, do something I could do from home. And so I went to school
Oh.
and did something called court transcriptionist.
Oh.
So I went and did
New
the
career.
whole, yeah, like a new career, yeah. So I did the court transcriptionist course, did the whole thing, the exam passed and so on. And
your
I was
old
able
days.
to-
School. Yeah, no,
So
for
I
50
went,
yard,
yeah,
50
I
yard.
did it. And I
Because I'm saying that because like I've been told go back to school. I hate that. Nobody can get me to go back to school.
well, my time was my own now. So and I was doing it for myself, not
Yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
telling me. So I did the course, got everything, started doing working as a court transcription, where I was actually what it is you transcribe
what
court
was-
proceedings. They send it to you, transcribe it from listen to it, and then you send it in to the lawyers and so
So
on,
you're
and
still
they
doing that now?
proofread it. No, of course, I did that for about a year, and I thought, no, they're not
This is
paying me
not it.
fast enough. So it was like 90 days to 60 days, whatever. I said, no, that's not what I want to do. So then I stopped that. I told you I'm a spur of the moment. So I did stop that. And then I was not doing anything for another year or so. And then I decided to go back and to work.
Okay.
But now it was like I went to work for, I just did customer service
Okay.
kind of work. And I went there
Something
with the
on the lighter
intention
side,
of, very
yeah.
light, because when I went and they saw my resume and said, oh, you're
Yeah, they
work
don't
as a
wanna hire
manager.
you,
I
you
said,
want big
no,
money."
no. I don't want to be in charge of anything.
Yeah, of course
I just
not.
want to do, just you tell me something easy. I don't want to be in charge of it. And so I did that, and it turned out I stayed at that company for like 3 years.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
could have got another retirement pension plan there, right? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sister Kelly, what was your forecast? Did you have any plan? I know you said you didn't have a retirement pension
Plan, no.
but did you have a plan?
Yes. As I said, I love to travel. I have to instigate the traveling.
Okay.
Because, let's go to Niagara Falls for the weekend.
Right.
Let's go to Kingston for the weekend. And as I said, because I didn't have a retirement plan, we financial, we just go by what we could afford.
Okay.
So sometimes if we could go away for a week, we would go. And if we could just go to Niagara Falls for the weekend, we go to Niagara Falls. If we could go to Kingston, Ontario for the weekend, things like those we do.
So you weren't worried about
Oh no,
having enough
no.
money to,
Oh no.
and even now you're still going.
Still going, and I'm not worried.
I want to know where you'll hide all that money. There's some mystery
There's
going
no
on.
hiding. There's no hiding. You just do what you can with whatever you have.
Right.
Manage what you have.
Yes.
You know,
Or
and
you wear the prettiest frock them come church, and the prettiest
and they're
shoes.
so old.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Ivis said, sometime when I get to church, Ivis said, all you need is to do like this, like the Queen.
Yes.
And the gloves.
Yeah, you don't wear the same thing twice. Huh? I see you all the time, and you always look so hot.
Yeah.
So
you have to know how to coordinate and how to put your things
Mix and
together.
match and blend.
Mix and match and
Blend.
exactly. And sometimes you don't wear the thing for a while, and then you said, I could put this with this and that with that.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's a trick.
They have a program at church, and Esla said, how are you, Sister Kelly? I said, I'm just trying. Esla said, you don't have to try hard, Sister Kelly. Because, you just know how to put things together.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know you say your husband passed and all. So did he retire at the same time you retired?
Yeah, he retired a little before me because he had an accident and he wasn't able, he was a painter.
Okay.
So he wasn't able to climb ladders and things like that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So you were both retired at the
Yes,
time when you were
yes,
retired.
yes.
Interesting. What was your focus?
My
know you're not
focus,
a
I had two things in mind.
Okay.
One, if I retire, I do not want any bills. The only bill I want is my mortgage.
Oh, dear, yes, ma'am.
That's one. And two, the second was age factor. You know how you have to do the calculation to make sure that you've reached your age factor and you're where you're supposed to be.
Right.
And so working for the conference, your age factor could be 50, depending on how many years you worked, and multiplied with the government. So that worked out for me earlier than they even thought.
Oh, okay.
So everything lined up.
Okay.
And so those are the two concerns I had.
Yeah.
Financially, I was able to pay my mortgage
Yeah.
and be able to be free from thinking about, oh, I've got this credit card or I've got that,
Yes.
this bill. I have, to God be the glory, I have no bills.
Okay.
Being a planner, I'm not.
Okay.
And so to think that you can retire
Yeah.
with no bills worked out. And so that was my
And you want
concern.
to keep it that way.
And I keep it that way. And I'm just
Coasting.
coasting.
Yeah, you try to live within your means.
and
yes.
So would you say then, because I think basically all your children are all grown up and now you're home. So how has retirement been? What are some of the challenges that you are now facing or that you have experienced as a result of retirement?
Can I?
Yes.
I'm too early in to respond to that. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
as being 11 months, I'm still telling everybody I recommend it. Come on, let's do this, And it so happened that all of my friends that I attended Oakwood with
Yes.
retired before me or right around the same time.
Yes.
So I have that camaraderie.
Yes.
I have the excitement of being able to pick up and go where I want to
Yes,
go.
Right.
My
yes.
children have no grandchildren, which,
That's right. Not yet.
right, and I'm still free to run and do what I want to do.
But do you have any
So-
fears of what is to come down the line?
Because, and it may sound cliche, God has been so faithful. He has been so good. I don't worry about it.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to ask then, as Christian women, which we all are, do we need to have a retirement plan? Because so far it sounds like it's working for all of you. So would you recommend that we don't need to worry about retirement? Because we have Christian friends, we have God, and He'll take care of us. Don't need to plan for it.
I think I heard us all have some sort
Yeah,
of
we
plan.
do have
You have a job.
Yes.
And I think, as you said, you paid into a plan or...
Yeah, for me, I mean, financially we're okay. But I'm the kind of person that the reason why I go to work, I can't stay home. Like it's like it's just not me. After a while,
You're
I
one of
enjoyed the
those
2
ladies
years,
who
and
need
I
to
was,
keep going.
after 2 years, I was like, I gotta
What's
do something.
happening?
I can't, so so that's why I want to get out there and not be in the house doing whatever.
Okay.
But I think as Christian women, we should have a retirement
Yes,
plan.
yes.
Because you need to be able to survive after. But I'm not worried. As you say, honestly, from the time when I was first told at my job 10 years ago that I wouldn't have a job anymore, I had a friend at church that said to me, she said, I'd be a basket case. You're not worried?
No.
I said, no. I said, I figure it'll work out somehow. I don't know, but God will work it out somehow. And he has.
Yes.
It's just, I just do what I normally do. It didn't affect anything. I pay my tithe, do everything I usually do. And so far, it's been fine. Now, I was working at this law firm just before COVID. Because I left the other place I was at. So I went to this small law firm. And I was only there from November, and then COVID hit the following year. In May or April, they sent us home.
March?
Yeah,
Okay.
March, April. And so they just sent us home, and that was it. And then after that, now I thought, I don't think I'm
Call
going
it
to
a
work anymore. I don't think I'll
Call
just,
it a day.
but I've got to find something to keep me busy. So I stopped work because they even called me.
Yes.
Sent me a letter and also called me asking me if I was
Wanna
willing to come back. And I thought, nah, I'm good. I'm not coming back. So I've been home. So I've been home since then, not going out to a job.
Yeah.
But
so,
I am more busy now than when I was working.
Yeah, because I was trying to get through to you ladies to come on the show, and like everybody's like have a long list of things that they need to put off in order to make the show. And I'm like, you people are retired. What are you doing? So tell me, what are you doing?
Keep yourself busy, occupied with things, visit. Yes, visit people. At first, when I retire, I used to go back and help to the people in the nursing home.
Right.
Help to feed.
Right.
And things like that, and sit and talk with them, encourage them.
Right.
So I find things to occupy my time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing?
I've had so many requests to tutor, and I don't want to right now.
Okay, so
And
they're gonna see this, right? They're gonna know. Don't call her. She's what she's saying.
Well, not right now. And
Not right now.
I'm fresh. I'm new. I just needed to pause.
Yes.
And then I found myself doing crafty things and making different items. So much so my sons want me to start a business. And I sold a couple of items at a few concerts and stuff.
Yes.
But I realized, oh my goodness, I'm really busy. You get up and you realize it's 8 o'clock already at night.
Yes.
Where did the day go?
Yes.
I joined a couple of fitness classes,
Okay.
which I look forward to
All right.
because I'm in a different world
Yes.
as opposed to just meeting with at Venice colleagues or at Venice conversations.
Yes.
I'm now in a world where, oh yeah, really? Okay. And it's not people that
New
look like me.
things, yes.
It's new ideas, new discussions,
Yes.
and it's just opened up another side. So yeah.
So what are your crafty things that you're working
I
on?
do Rice Krispies in the shape of flowers. If you're graduating, I'm doing it in a hat. I did hearts. And then I'm doing baskets for special occasions and stuff.
So you found yourself what do you call that now? Not what do you call it? Something you love. What do you call it?
Oh, passion, something passion.
Yeah, you found yourself a new passion.
Right,
Something that you love, and now you're having the time to.
And I'm doing it because I'm not scheduled to do it.
Yes.
You're doing it because you enjoy it, and you're thinking, how else can I create? What else can I do here? And it's not expected of me. Maybe that's why I'm enjoying it so much more.
That's
right?
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
I must say, I've been so busy. I am, as I said, I think I told you I was. I'm going to this
I know
workshop
you were
right
like,
now.
you were the hardest to get. I'm just saying, you were the hardest to get.
Yeah, I'm attending this workshop twice a week, and I go to the food bank at New Life Church because I live out here in Durham. I volunteer at New Life on Thursdays, and so I basically, and then Sundays I go bowling. So
so you're an expert on bowling.
I wouldn't say.
Or is it? Well, the word I was looking for is hobby, right?
Hobby.
So you're an expert on bowling, or is this your hobby?
It's my hobby, and I enjoy bowling. So pretty much, Sunday is bowling. Monday and Tuesday is really the only 2 days I have at home. Because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm pretty much gone. Saturday, I'm at church.
Poor Phil.
Oh, don't worry, he's not too happy about that. And then I go to the gym, or I go walking. So and I'm trying to fit in all these things. And as you know, as a clerk at the church, I have a lot of work to do with that.
I was going to say that you have that too, and that you're pretty much every time I go to church, Ivis is up there doing something.
Well,
like what,
depends on what's going on.
How do you organize all of these time and?
Well, I'm a planner in the sense of I do a list. Like I have my list for church, my list for home, and my list for personal.
Okay.
Of things that I want to do.
Yes.
So I go by the list and cross off as I go along. I get to the most important thing. But I figure, but it's very important for me to do time for myself, things that I like to do.
Yeah.
So, as I said, bowling just finished, but it's only stopped from now till August, September, I start back again.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to wrap up now, but I guess I want to ask, before I ask my final question, so let's say this is my penultimate question. If you had to do it over again, would you change the way how you spend your retirement years, or would you change the time you retired? What would you do different, or would you keep everything the same? Now that you've enjoyed all these retirement time, I know Wendy just started.
I just started, but I would do it exactly this way.
You would take it right now.
Oh yeah. When you can enjoy it, you're not sick. You're able to, and recognize who you are because you still have time left.
Yes.
I would do it the same, because when I retired, I used to go to the gym Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then walk Monday and Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
The sum of your life.
yes. And I enjoy that because I would do just the same. I would not change if I should do it over again, I wouldn't change nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I would have preferred to retire later, closer to 65, right? As opposed to before I turned 65. But it's worked out so well that I'm fine with it. I'm glad it worked out the way it did.
So you would do the same.
Yeah. But I would have. My plan was to retire at 65. That was it, and then do whatever traveling. But I still enjoy the fact that I'm retired.
Okay.
Because I have my own. My time is my own, and I do what I want. When I want.
Yes.
And if I don't want to,
I have a quick question before we take care. So, as Christian women, there's a school of thought that people who are retired, they need to now give most of their time to the work of the gospel and spreading the gospel and church work. Is that a truth or is that a myth? Do you think that is something that we have to do as retired?
I'm going to jump in on that, especially having worked for the church I would say most of my life.
Right.
I think when I was working, I was working 7 days a week.
Okay.
Because 5 days a week you are at school with the students, building them or preparing them for the Lord to return. And you're preparing them. You're preparing everybody else.
Right.
You are marketing the school on Saturdays.
Okay.
Sundays you're back at the school preparing for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you keep going with that cycle. When I retired, I realized, wait a minute, do you know God? for your own self? Do you understand? Or is this just a whole process? Because you were on boards, you were on committees, you were on everything else. Did you take time to study and apply for yourself and know that this is where I need to be? And so I know a lot of requests are coming my way because I'm retired. Can you do so and so? And and everybody assumes that you have that free time. But I'm taking the time now for me to get to know the Lord better, to understand Him for myself, and then now be on the next level to go out there and do that witnessing for the generation that we're working with right now.
Very important.
So
Very
it's
interesting.
key.
How about you?
I used to do a lot for the church, and I still do what I can do. But you don't have to. Do everything for the church.
Now
You
that
need
you're
time for yourself.
Yes.
Now that you retire, you don't have to put all your time into the church.
Yes.
You do what you can, what is reasonable, and what is asked of you. If you can do it, you do it. And if you can't, you just said, well, I can't do it.
So nothing wrong with saying, okay, I'll
No.
have
Nothing wrong with saying no.
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For me, I have no problem saying no.
Okay.
No problem whatsoever. If someone, wants me to do something and I figure I can't fit it in, I'm saying no.
Okay.
So someone might be upset, but it's my time and I decide if I want to or not. Because I've been asked several times to even, take on another ministry. I said, no, it's one at a time. Because, and even if something cuts into my bowling schedule, I'm going to tell you no.
Yes, your time. Yes.
So,
I'm going bowling.
and
Sorry.
that statement, I think it's a myth. I don't know. I find I do a lot of things for church.
Yes.
Because although I'm the clerk, but what I've seen happening is that everybody calls me
Of course.
to do things.
That's the first
because
word of our lips.
Yes.
As soon as it's something about church, Ivis.
Yeah, people call me to. People don't even things that has
Don't
nothing
pertain to you.
This doesn't really pertain to me. But if I can do it, they'll ask me to do a letter for this one, or can you put this together for me? And
And there's a difference. You're not the secretary. You're just the
No,
church
I'm not the
clerk.
secretary.
Right. There's
but
a big difference.
right now, because we don't have a secretary, a lot of that work
They're
is coming
bouncing
to
on
me,
to you.
and I'm doing it for now until they get a secretary.
Yeah.
But all of that keeps me busy because as I work with computers, right? So
Yeah.
I don't mind doing stuff because it keeps me fresh.
Keeps your mind going.
But as I said, I have no problem if it's gonna conflict with something that to tell someone no, I
Okay.
can't do it.
All right. And that doesn't make us any less of Christian.
No.
And just as Wendy said, I find since retiring, I've had more time to now
Study.
Study,
Read, oh yes,
read,
Read the Bible.
a book here and there. You read the Bible, and just even religious books that I've had. It's fun because I have so many morning watch books
Yes,
that I
that you
bought.
read.
Some of them I
I
didn't
never
read.
ever read.
And I thought, why should I buy a new one?
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
read one of these that I have,
reread
right?
it.
So that has helped.
So it's been positive.
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Spiritual
yes,
basis.
Absolutely.
yes.
I like it. So,
Yeah.
ladies, so people are watching and they might be thinking about retirement and, worried or struggling with the idea that, hey, coming to an end and I'm going to be retired. I might be lonely. I don't know what's going to happen. What can you tell them? How can you help them to be courageous enough to take that step and enjoy their retirement
Just
years?
go for it.
First
And
of all,
then
it's
leave
not
it
an
up to
end.
God.
That's the
not
one
an
thing.
end.
It's not an
New
end.
phase.
Not an
It
end.
could be a new beginning for something
New
else.
beginning.
Yes, yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
It's the start of a new phase of
A
your
new
life.
phase of life. Yes.
And it's the best years.
Yes.
Yes.
It
Yes.
really is.
I haven't gone
it
there yet,
is.
but I see it.
It's the
And
best
I know that
years.
Yes.
it's a time of your life where you are able to, you don't have to answer to anyone now.
Yeah.
You can just sit back and enjoy it. So
Yes.
go for it.
Yes.
Right? Anything
I
else
would
we
say
want to
just
tell?
go for it, because it's just trust God. You know, he'll take care of you. He'll
Yeah.
work it out. And sometimes, as they say, a lot of the things we worry about never happen anyways.
Oh,
So just trust God, and it will all work out. But you will definitely enjoy
Retirement.
Regardless of your
Yeah.
circumstances.
Yeah,
freedom.
Yeah.
You really are you just adjust the circumstance
Yeah.
to what you have, right?
What you have,
You can't. You may not be able to go on 3 vacations or 2 vacations
Right.
a year, but
But-
you could go on one.
Yeah.
And you go
At least
somewhere
try for
closer.
2.
But you
Closer,
still,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's still lots to do. And then for me, I can go to my kids live in the States. I go, if I want to go visit them, I can pick up
Yeah.
and go. I don't have to book off time from work and see, get the permission, whatever. I
Yes.
have that freedom that I can go and spend
Yes.
2 weeks or a month if I want.
Yeah.
And then come back. So
So you
that
feel
I
like life is so much better.
Oh, yes.
But I think in order to just clarify, it's not all peaches and cream if
course.
you don't financially prepare
Able,
somehow.
yeah, to do
So
it.
don't assume that we're saying, oh, as soon as you reach that age factor, which could be 55, 56, whatever it is, just do it. Make
Yeah.
sure, though, that you are looking into it every year. Don't sit back and say, when I'm 65, I'm going to do it. But
Yeah.
keep an eye on your.
So talk to a financial
And,
analyst.
exactly.
Yes,
Get
yes.
some
I
help.
think if people are working, they should make sure they are in their company
Retirement
retirement.
On a
because
retirement.
it's
Yeah.
very important
Some people
to
don't
get
have
in
that.
it.
Some people
If
don't have that
if they don't
luxury.
have it, then you have to do a private one on
And
your own.
check into
it Start something.
Start something
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it will help to supplement whatever.
So if
you
you're
get from
trying
the
to
government.
retire, what we're saying is start saving, stop spending right now, start saving some of this money and put stuff in place at least so you can, at least you can retire.
And some of the companies, they have a pension plan. Because where I used to work, they have a company pension plan that you contribute certain amount and the company contribute.
give you-
So at the
Matching
end
is
of
called, that isn't
Yeah.
that?
at the end of retirement, now you're getting 3 pensions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And balance. Create
Yes.
a
Yeah, balance, yeah.
okay, create a life balance now.
Yes,
When
it-
you're retired, don't just think that okay, I don't have enough money, so I have to go straight back to work. Maybe you can work part-time and enjoy another part-time,
Exactly.
right? Spend some time with your family and so on. So yeah, anything else we want to encourage our viewers to think about?
No, I think that as soon as you can, maybe it would not work for the older people right now. But when you start working, I would say to any
Keep your eye
person,
on.
as soon as you start working full time, get into the company's plan. Most companies have a pension plan.
Yes.
Some match or do
Yeah.
match, as you were saying, which I worked for a company that did that. So if you put $100, they put $100 too.
Yeah.
Some may not match, but just being in the plan, and it's amazing the years that you build up works out for you in
It
the
helps
end.
out
when
in
you-
the end.
Yeah,
when
in
you
the end,
retire.
yeah.
So the best thing is to start. When I joined Deloitte 30 years ago, you had to wait, I think, 2 years before you could get into the pension plan.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
as soon
yeah,
as the
yeah.
2 years was up, I was in the
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
so I contributed all of that
Yes.
time. So that's what I would say to anyone who is starting to work or just started, get into the pension plan.
And don't assume. Always go back and look at your paperwork. Don't sit back and say, oh, don't worry, it's another 10 years, it's another 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Years
always
fast.
keep an eye, even if it's every 2 years,
Yeah.
keep an eye on your finances.
Yes.
You know, yeah, do that. And invest. Learn how to invest properly.
Yes.
You know, property now is a big thing.
Yes.
I thank God I bought my house 20 years ago.
Yes.
And it was a struggle as a single parent, but that helps.
Okay.
Big time. Big
right.
time.
So if you could pay off your house, that's a good thing.
But
'cause
it's
then-
good to have it as an investment also.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yes.
So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Especially
so you can
now.
downsize and
Yes.
you can sell that house.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love it. Sounds good. I love it. I'm looking forward to retiring. Let's see what happens. So, ladies, we're gonna end now. I'm just going to say thank you so much for joining me. It has been a blast. I am sure our viewers are able to have some takeaways from all the stuff that you have said. And I'm just going to say congratulations again for enjoying the best years of your life and for showing us how we can also make this move and enjoy what is to come.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
All right, so if you enjoyed this conversation, why don't you go ahead and share your comments with us. Share this video with a friend. Subscribe to the channel. And as always, for us, it's bye-bye from Uncovering My Voice.